Sant Satguru Satya Swarupa Nitya Niramaya Nirmala Santa Satguru Satya Swarupa Nitya Niramaya Nirmala Mratyunjaya Bhava Dustara Taraka Chitta Chimaya Tattva Prakashaka Mratyunjaya Bhava Dustara Taraka Chitta Chimaya Tattva Prakashaka Gati Mati Kogane Stiti Nabbarane Mati Agamya Antanamula Santa Satguru Satya Swarupa Nitya Niramaya Nirma Deavata Yogi Karasan Yogi Jagavazana Tyagi Deavata Yogi Karasan Yogi Jagavazana Tyagi Nigamadika Kare Teire Mahima Nagashesha Shivari Brahma Jagata Jyoti Mahate Jamurti Karana Sukshma Nastula Santa Satguru Satya Swarupa Nitya Niramaya Nirmala Santa Satguru Satya Swarupa Nitya Niramaya Nirmala Vedatita Bodhamurti Sadhujana Rodayavasi Veda Atita Bodhamurti Sadhujana Rodayavasi Nadanayaka Vedananta Bada Jivana Bavaharanta Chaidishimaya Karaniramoa Alokika Amola Santa Satguru Satya Swarupa Nitya Niramaya Nirmala Santa Satguru Satya Swarupa Nitya Niramaya Nirmala Paranjoti Paramprakasha Karatalamruta Deyaka Paranjoti Paramprakasha Karatalamruta Deyaka Nirankara Nirgunatito Nirbhaya Deva Bhavarahita Varenata Shastra Puranastula Santa Satguru Satya Swarupa Nitya Niramaya Nirmala Santa Satguru Satya Swarupa Nitya Niramaya Nirmala Dinanata Dayala Swami Swanubhava Prakashaka Dinanata Dayala Swami Swanubhava Prakashaka Somanath Tava Charanadhyave Nemaniti Anirantaragave Kamadika Bhava Harajiva Shula Santa Satguru Satya Swarupa Nitya Niramaya Nirmala Santa Satguru Satya Swarupa Nitya Niramaya Nirmala. O Sant Satguru Self-Existent form of truth, you are absolutely pure and undefiled. You are the victor over death, who ferries the jivas across the impassable realm of matter. Omniscient consciousness, quintessence of light, ineffable and beyond reckoning is thy state. The mind cannot conceive of thee, infinite as you are, without beginning and without end. Through contemplation upon you, the yogis have abandoned worldly desires and have achieved union with the Beloved. Even the scriptures extol your greatness, Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu, and the serpent Shesh, O kindler of light. In your form resides all power and splendor. You remain beyond the destructible realms, physical, astral, and causal. Surpassing the Vedas, you are the embodiment of enlightenment. Yet, within the heart of the sadhus, do you make your abode. You are the master of the inner sound, the mystery never-ending, vanquishing all obstructions in this earthly existence. Free us from attachments to the six-directional Maya, and give us union with the priceless transcendental reality. Peerless radiance, supreme effulgence, cupped in your hands is the nectar of immortality, which you give us unstreatingly. Unrevealed impurity, free from all limiting qualities. Fearless Lord, unfettered by the world. Even the Shastras and Puranas recount your matchless glory. O protector of the lowly, most merciful Lord, bestower of light, leading the soul to the ultimate experience of the beyond. Somanath has contemplated upon your lotus feet. Unceasingly he shall sing your praises. You, O remover of desires, free the jivas from the suffering and pain of the dominion of Kal. So this is a very beautiful song by Baba Somanath, in which he sings the praises of Sadguru, Supreme Sadguru, Supreme Reality, in very beautiful poetry, in very beautiful verses, lyrics, like you rarely find in other poems. So, how did I learn this? See, I sing it by heart. How did I learn this song like this? When I came to live here in 1979, after a month I was here, a couple with their daughter, initiates of Baba Somanath, who were from France. They came to spend a month here with me. They were Sanji's followers, because after Baba Somanath left the body, they joined with Sanji Sangat. So they came to spend a month here with me. And every evening we had a meditation together with, it was called Bernard, the man. So every evening we had meditation together, and he would every evening sing this song. He knew it by heart. And that's this way, singing it every day, every evening, together with him, I learned it by heart. So, he says, "O Sant Satguru, form of truth, you remain absolutely pure and undefiled." Now, is he talking about Baba Savan Singh, who was his master? He's talking about Baba Savan Singh the way he understood Baba Savan Singh to be. That means that for him, there was no difference between his master, Baba Savan Singh, and the supreme reality, supreme God, supreme everything you want to call. And that's how it is for those lucky people who are, let's say, ready to manifest and to experience this side of their master. Because a master has a human side always and divine side. Master Kirpal used to say, a master, a Sadguru, is at the same time the Son of God and the Son of Man. Means he is divine in nature, but he's also human in nature. So we must see with which side of the master we connect. We may connect just with the human being and then see that he lives more or less like we do. He eats, he goes to the toilet like we do. He has a good health, he gets sick, like everybody, and so on and so forth. So if we connect with the Master just at this level, then sooner or later we get into troubles. Because the Master lives a human life, and consequently, he has a human side. And sometimes our human side may not be in synchrony with the human side of the Master. So then problems do arise. But if we are lucky enough and we are, let's say, spiritually advanced enough to just connect with the divine side of the Master, then no problems whatsoever, really. Because anything the Master will do, anything the Master will say, it will be always perfect. When you connect with the Master at this level, then anything he does, anything he says, it's pure gold. It's word of God, and it's absolutely perfect. When you don't connect with the Master this side, then there is friction, then there are different opinions, different points of view. So Master Kirpal used to say, if you want to have a deep, profound, and let's say relation which is beyond any possible friction, then the word of the Master for you must be the word of God. And I understand very well this fact, you see. In my relation with Master Kirpal, I really never could take him as a man. I met him on 2 occasions, and the 2 occasions were so profound, were so immense, so incredibly transforming that I never saw him as a man. And I'm not just telling it for the sake of telling. He really was like this. I never saw him as a man. Anything he did, anything he said, for me it was the word of God. And he was so perfect. And I was in such a symphony with him that it was just amazing. And if I look back now, I'm just amazed at how lucky I was to have this kind of perception of him. Really, as Baba Somanath says, absolutely pure and undefiled, because I saw this light momentarily inhabiting this body. And the body was just a tiny part of his being. With what I was connected was this incredible light and this incredible power that was manifested in his body and around him, all around him. And not just him, but the place also where he resided, his ashram, and wherever he was. That also became a divine manifestation. So when we say, you are within me, you are outside of me, you are everywhere, that's how it has to be. If we are able to have this kind of perception, this kind of insight, and experience this profoundness, then everything becomes so wonderful, so amazing. I must say, nowadays, when I look at videos of Master Kirpal, the photos of Master Kirpal, I notice his human side. And I understand that he had really a human side, which sometimes may be liked or not liked by other people. But when I was with him, and even later on when I associated with Sant Ajaib Singh, my perception of Master Kirpal was always of a God-man, not as a human being. So this is what Baba Somanath is pointing out here. This is what Baba Somanath what was his perception of his master. It's obvious from this song, otherwise he wouldn't be able to write such a thing. Or you make it up. It's not true. You just write things which you don't feel, but that's not the case. This is what he really felt and he experienced with Baba Savan Singh. So we have to grow into this. There are some few lucky beings who come on this earth who have already done a great spiritual work in previous lifetimes. And for them it's instantaneous, it's very easy. As soon as they met the master, the inner door opens wide open, and they step into this world, this magic world, of this mystic world of incredible reality and incredible impact, which really transforms all of your being. And suddenly you find yourself to be something else than what you thought to be. We all identify ourselves with our body, and within we are our body, within we are our thoughts, our mentality. But when, by the grace of God, we are able to raise above body consciousness and dive into the light, then our perception of reality changes altogether. And it's not just an inner fact. I mean, it's not just a sensation that you have inside of you of bliss and ecstasy and joy or intoxication. The whole world changes. So what you perceive inside, you also see it all around you. And after meeting Master Kirpal, at some point, he went from Dehradun to Delhi, and all we Westerners who were with him in Manav Kendra in Dehradun, we were supposed to go to Delhi. And I was very lucky because there was a Satsangi, an American Satsang, who invited me to go by car. Usually other people went by bus. That means to be in a very crowded bus. In India, buses can be overcrowded. And I was lucky enough to take this trip by car together with this man and another friend of mine. And I was in such a delicate state that if I had gone by bus, it would have been dramatic for me. What I saw, just looking outside the window of the car and see the world around, and what people were doing and anything which was happening, everything had an incredible meaning. Just the act of a person, anything which I was watching was not the action, was not the person, was not what was happening, but it all had such a profound meaning, which revealed truths of the creation of and the whole of manifestation. So that's how reality is. When we are able to see it from the point of view of the light and not of the body, then you see God manifested everywhere, and everything acquires such an incredible meaning and reveals to you such profound truths of existence. Now we see, normally when we are in an ordinary state of consciousness, we look at reality, we look at what happens around us, and they're just facts, people doing things happening, and the soul. There is nothing more than that. But when you are tuned in with the light, everything which happens around you acquires such a profound meaning. And it's all a divine revelation. It's all a divine manifestation. And that's really what makes life incredible, what makes life magic and incredibly beautiful, really. And also the way you understand your master from that standpoint, from that point of view, it's incredible. It's really like Baba Somanath says here, because you come into this state because of meeting this person, because of the inner door getting wide open. So after that, this person becomes so precious to you, and you develop such an incredible love and gratitude for this person. And you really understand him, as Baba Somanath says here, supreme effulgence, supreme light, absolutely pure and undefiled. You are Brahma, you are Vishnu, you are Shiva. You are everything. So this is what we have to move towards, what we have to move. We come on a spiritual path to realize this. When we come on the path, all of us have a certain degree of spiritual awakening, and some beautiful things happen to all of us, which are more, at least more than what we used to experience before, than what we knew about reality before. Otherwise, we wouldn't take up the path. If you take the path, it means something has happened to us at a certain degree, according to the way we are capable of diving into this spiritual reality. So from there, we have to grow. We have to keep doing our meditation. We have to keep following the teachings. We have to keep associating with the Master and imbibe what he exudes, what comes out of him, and try to really absorb in his person. Because beyond the veil, the Master is, the body of the Master is just a veil. Everything is a veil, but his body is also veil. And the Master is not the body. The Master is the light manifested in that body. So we have to try to absorb as much as we can of that, as much as we are allowed to, or capable of. And by grow into this, until we are allowed to, to really step inside this beautiful world of light and see the reality for what it is, the way it manifests to us. And it's beautiful to hear stories about how it may be once you step out of the physical consciousness and dive into the spiritual one. But it's even much more wonderful when we experience it ourselves, because no matter what other people may experience, our experience will be our personal one, which will be like no other, because there is nobody else like us. And God reveals to us in a very personal way. That's the beauty of divine realization or divine manifestation. It is that it comes to us in a very personal way, and we are able to welcome, accept, and recognize in an absolute way, because it really speaks to our person, to our mentality, to what we are. And on the spiritual path, we can't generalize anything. It is very much an individual, personal something. And that's the beauty of reality or truth, that although it is one, it manifests to each one of us in a different way. It is said that English people, rulers, when they ruled India, they used to say there are 350 million gods in India, because at the time there were 350 million people. That means that each one had his own god, and that's how it has to be. This concept of chosen divinity or Ishtadeva, no? It's it's just the way it has to be. These monotheistic religions, like Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, they make it so unidirectional and unique way, for God. There is one God, and it is like this. No, there is one God, and it is in all possible ways. As many as the human beings are on this planet. Because it manifests to each one of us in our own personal way. In a way that we may recognize, accept, and welcome. So we should not be able with the experience of other people, whether from the past, like all these great prophets and avatars, according to the tradition, Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, Moses, this and that, Guru Nanak, Kabir, whatever. Yes, good people, special people, definitely. But we have nothing to do with them. This is our life. And what counts, it is this life and each moment of this life. So the past is not for us. We may like things which happened in the past, but that's not our life. So what counts for us is the experience that we have in our life. And the experience that other people had in the past or will have in the future is not our business. And people keep clinging to these religions, to these people who came 5,000, 3,000, 2,000, 500 years ago. And they become so fanatic about these belief systems. They are ready to give their life or kill for their belief. It's a madness. To me, it's a madness. So each and every time, in all historical moments, there are people who are enlightened for that moment, for that historical time. And those are those that count. They are for us, people of our time, not people of the past or people of the future. So an intelligent person looks for enlightened people of his time, not of enlightened people of the past with whom you have nothing to do. To me, this understanding is very natural and very normal. Because before coming on the path, I didn't believe in any God, I didn't believe in anything. I just believe in my own experiences. And I became so convinced about Master Kirpal and so faithful and so directed towards him, devoted to him, because of what I experienced with him. Not because of his words, not because of his teachings, because I understood nothing of his teachings. I didn't speak any English, I didn't read any of his books. So it was not a conversion into a religion or into a belief system, a philosophy. No, it was an impact with a profoundness, with a deepness which was beyond any imagination. Then, as Rumi says, when you are manifest, when you are hidden, I don't believe in anything. And when you manifest, then I become a believer. So I became a believer because he manifested. So it's good to be a religious believer, or it's good not to believe in anything. I don't know, each one has his own story. Sometimes I'm convinced better not to believe. At least to be an agnostic. I don't say an atheist, but at least somebody who believes in what he experiences. I don't say no. I don't say yes. If I experience, then I believe. Does God exist? I don't know. I haven't seen it. If I see him, then I'm a believer. But people without seeing, without knowing, just because a book says something, then they're ready to give their life and kill people because of that. That's how the world goes. So Master Kirpal once was interviewed and he was asked, which is the way to peace for you? How can this world find peace? And he said, this world will find peace when everybody is raised above ism. So in this world there will be peace when there won't be any ism anymore. Buddhism, Christianism, Islamism, Hinduism, whatever. Just human beings that experience life and try to find the reality of this life. Seekers of truth. So have the religions done good to the world? Yes, they've done good. But they've done so much bad, and they keep doing so much bad. If you put on a scale the two things, we don't know which is the best, which will go up and which will go down. So dear ones, this is what came out from this song. This is being the subject of this satsang. I hope it was inspiring to you, enlightening. That's the purpose of satsang, making things clear, giving priorities to things which deserve priorities, and just give aside what doesn't need attention. And so we thank Baba Somanath for this beautiful song. We thank our masters for inspiring this satsang. We take the teachings to our heart and we try to live by them.